Finally, after such a long time of waiting, Season 3 of The Chosen has finally started production. So what does this mean for us? Well, it means a couple different things, right? It means that we can finally see as Season 3 begins production and the actors are all getting back together again and the team is getting back together again to make this amazing show. But also, it means that we get a little bit of behind the scenes footage from a little bit of everywhere. Dallas is posting stuff, The Chosen itself is posting stuff, and even some of the cast and crew are posting different things around the internet. So hopefully we'll get a little bit of an idea of what we can expect to see from Season 3. So right now we're in week 2 of production, and this week Dallas has said is going to be very low-key when it comes to behind-the-scenes content. And that is because they're doing a secret scene that would be given away if they were to show the location or the people that are involved.
The set that we're filming on and the story is a bit of a secret, so unfortunately, you're not going to get a lot of details with me, but I still will be giving some updates just on how we're doing. We're just trying to adjust to the sleep difference now. So some actors and I were up all late last night playing games and trying to stay up late. Talk to you soon.
However, in week 1, we got some information that I think could be useful in guessing what's coming up in Season 3, particularly episode 3 of Season 3. Now, obviously, let me preface this. I am not part of the Chosen team. I know nothing of what's happening. I could be 100% wrong here. And part of me hopes that I am. But it's my job here on YouTube to give you guys the most information that I possibly can and to give you my thoughts and guesses along the way, because this is the home base for the hardcore Chosen fans on the internet. So I've been saving every Instagram story, Facebook story, and post that has gone out from the Chosen team, from Dallas, anything that seems applicable to figuring out more about Season 3. So let's see what I found so far. Some of the more important things that we've seen so far in the filming has been Matthew returning and his parents as well. At first, I wasn't sure if Matthew's parents were going to return just in a flashback or if we were going to actually see them again. But this footage right here of the dog from Season 1 shows us that Matthew's parents are going to return, because there would be no reason to give us a flashback of Matthew's dog since we've only seen him a couple of times while Matthew was with him in Season 1. I spoke about that in an earlier episode on our channel, so go check that one out after this one. But I think some of the most interesting things came from day 3 of filming, which actually has to do with episode 3 of Season 3 of The Chosen. As we know, Dallas writes these episodes himself. It's a kind of unique experience for the seasons. In Season 1, we get the children coming to meet Jesus with Abigail. And then in Season 2, we have this moment with the disciples where we have a super long one shot at the beginning, and then at the end we have this massive fight between Simon and Matthew. But this one's going to be a little bit interesting, and I have a few theories about it. So let's watch this small clip and see what we can deduce from it.
All right, set Petros, and action.
Alright, so this scene doesn't show us too much, but this is actually Jonathan Rumi's first day on set. We also get a little bit of an insight into where this area might be. If we take a look at this image from this video, we see that there are a lot of multiples of certain types of dishes, or even ladders, or different things that are here, which would make us assume that this is a carpenter's home. And if this is a carpenter's home, it's most likely Mary and Joseph's home with Jesus. And if that's the case, this is probably in Nazareth, right? And then later in the week, we get a close-up of all of these tools in the area. Seems like woodworking tools and maybe some masonry tools as well. Remember, as a carpenter in the time of Jesus, the word carpenter really would be more like a builder. So they would build stuff out of wood or stone or whatever else they needed to. It wasn't just a carpenter as we think of them today. And before we get to my theories, let's talk about one more piece of evidence that I think can kind of build this up into what we think the episode might be. And that is that children were present on set during the week. So what does this mean? Who could these kids be related to? Regardless of what's actually happening, I'm sure we can all find this video very cute. For me, I have a couple of different theories about what's going on here. I know that this is an impactful moment for Jesus. We actually have a still shot of Jesus being very emotional in this scene specifically. And so this is something that's personal to him. That's why I think this is Nazareth. This is like his hometown. It may even be his childhood home, where he grew up with Joseph and Mary and his siblings. And so possibly we could be getting a flashback to when Jesus was younger, and we see his siblings as they're running around and he's trying to take care of them alongside Mary and Joseph. Another theory that I have about this episode is that we could see Joseph die. Remember that we see in season 1 and season 2 that Mary visits Jesus, and they even talk about it in season 2 that Joseph passed away. So this could be another moment to humanize Jesus and to really show us who he is as a person. And that would be to be sad when your father dies, even if it's just your earthly father. Also, I could be totally wrong, and this could just be Jesus returning to his hometown to return Mary to her home after a little while of traveling with Jesus and the disciples. But to me, this seems like a very intense and personal journey for Jesus specifically. As he's walking through these little shots that we see, he seems very focused, very intent on what he's here to do. Another small theory that I have according to this clip right here is that we may see the people of Nazareth turn on Jesus and try to kill him. Like we see in scripture, Jesus actually has to walk through the crowd and get away from them because they want to stone him for basically claiming to be the Messiah. This would be something that I assume Jesus would have to deal with pretty early on in his ministry, because he is telling everybody now that he is the Messiah, and he's beginning his ministry, he's beginning his teachings. And the people of Nazareth would be some of those people that would obviously have to know that as he's walking through. And so maybe he's returning his mom to Nazareth and he's kind of bringing her back to her hometown. But in doing so, he's teaching at the synagogue, and then he gets called out. And then everything kind of escalates to where they try to throw him off the precipice. Honestly, I don't know. And honestly, I don't really care what the story is. I think it's going to be great no matter what direction they decide to go in. And I just think it's fun to look at the behind the scenes and try to figure out what is going on here. And we're getting pretty good at guessing what's going on with The Chosen. So hopefully we get at least a little bit right. But I'm actually really interested in what you guys think. Leave your theories in the comments below. What do you want to see in season 3? Or what do you think we're going to see? What new characters or settings? It would really be cool to talk about that below. But if you want to support more content like this, a great way to support us is through our Patreon, which is in the link in the description below. Also, we have a brand new thanks button that's right below this video and every other video that we have. And that's just a quick, easy way to leave a one-time donation on this channel. So anyway, thank you so much for being here. Thank you so much for being part of our community, and we'll see you on the next one. Peace.